It has been 5 months since the fall of Colleen Ballinger, back when a long list of horrendous things she's done came to light, and in response to her very serious allegations, she made that infamous ukulele response video in which she said her team told her not to speak, so she was going to sing. And sing she did.
The team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say. They never said that I couldn't sing. Toxic gossip train.
It was quickly accepted as the worst YouTuber apology. Though people call it the worst YouTuber apology, it's not really an apology because she doesn't properly apologize in it. She doesn't take accountability and instead victimizes herself. The video was so bad it was everywhere. It took over the internet for a couple of weeks because she did a response video with a ukulele, which alone is enough to make everyone talk about it. But 2, the seriousness of what she had done prior to this response video far eclipsed most other controversial content creators. And her video was beyond insensitive because she made jokes about what she was accused of.
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser.
After the immense backlash to this video, she disappeared off the internet for months. But now, she's back. And the point of this video is not to break down a timeline of everything Colleen has done, but for the sake of context and understanding, let's just review a couple of things. 1. She had creepy group chats with her child and teen fans in them. 2. She sent this to Adam McIntyre, who was 13 at the time, and also was just generally an exploitive person towards this individual over a longer period of time. She had multiple beyond sketchy, inappropriate jokes at her Miranda Sing shows when her audience is children, and she also went behind the back of Trisha Paytas and did something criminal. After she befriended Trisha and was kind to Trisha's face, she did something horrendous. You know that one site where people can distribute images to others if they pay? That one site that kind of looks like this? I can't say it here, but you get it. She took Trisha's photos on there that were behind a paywall and shared it with individuals, some of which were under 18, and body shamed Trisha during this. And she did this repeatedly. And with everything she's done, it's important to say that Colleen is currently 37 and was well into her 30s while she was doing everything I just mentioned. And that's honestly just the surface, but it's truly beyond disturbing. The information that came out about her, in addition to her response, tanked her career for months. She ran off the internet into silence, and her reputation just took a colossal hit. Because of this, you would think she wouldn't come back. One would assume she'd be far, far too embarrassed to come back to YouTube when she's such a walking red flag. You would think that should she return to the platform, her audience wouldn't support her like they did before, given the extent of what she's done. Yet, she sure is back, and not only that, she came back like nothing even happened. And the worst part is, while her reputation took a colossal hit a few months ago, at the moment, it's like she's facing no real repercussions, and based on her metrics, the audience she currently has, she may end up crawling out of this whole situation with no more than the social version of a scraped knee. Now, it is true that Colleen's reputation has been tarnished forever. Miranda Sings will never be perceived the same way again, and she's currently getting dislike bombed. However, she's recovering from all of this very, very fast, because when you look at the likes, there's actually something to note here. She's receiving the same amount of likes as before. She is getting the same amount of positive support as before the controversy. You'll notice the like to view ratio is roughly the same. She's not actually lost much of her original crowd of supporters. That number looks similar. The only new thing is that she has hate watchers giving her dislikes, which will eventually go away, because people have a short attention span on the internet. You can actually already see the dislikes fading away. The ratio is looking more and more in her favor with each video she posts, and she posts a lot, so it really won't be much longer before this goes down tremendously. Her views are also really similar to what she was getting before. They're just down a little bit. While lots of creators would not be able to have a career if they had done the things Colleen has done, she actually did not suffer this massive hit with her audience. Because frankly, I don't think her audience cares. It's been known that a lot of her audience is children, that's who her past stuff has been catered to, and it's safe to say that a lot of kids they're so young they don't really care about YouTube drama or controversies. And based on the comments I've been reading, another large chunk of her audience is mothers, who are probably really busy being a parent, going about modern adult life off the internet to pay attention to, as they would see it, YouTube drama. As we can see here, her comment sections are full of overwhelming support, saying that she brings a lot of happiness to people. People are saying they're happy she's back. I believe she has all comments on being held for review when they're posted, and then only approving a certain small amount of them. This comment here is a bit sad to look at because I think it highlights the parasocial connection that some of her viewers have with her. Vault memories are awesome. please share more. I'll say it again, I'm so happy that I get to watch your videos again. 2023 sucked in terms of tragedy for my family, and your leave of absence was traumatic for me and my daughter. You were and are my happy place. Love you so much. This person called the controversy with her the big hubbub, which is, that's certainly a way to downplay things. It would seem that if you're just a viewer of Colleen, only aware of her responses to the drama but not the others involved in the situation, you would be led to believe that Colleen's actions were at worst a little cringy and awkward, not genuinely damaging. In her ukulele response video, she said she was a loser and didn't know how to set up boundaries, and that she made a bad fart joke once.
I didn't really understand that maybe there should be some boundaries there. I'm not a predator, even though a lot of you think so, because 5 years ago, I made a fart joke.
As most of us know, she did far more than that. And also, just across her videos in general lately, she's been talking about her time off of the internet as a break that took a toll on her, and basically made her really, really sad.
There was a lot going on at the time, and I was not doing well. I was really scared and paranoid and nervous, and was having a lot of really, really bad panic attacks. And not panic attacks like how people go like, oh my god, I'm having a panic attack, I'm freaking out.
I imagine being exposed for predatory behavior and having people start calling you mean names would make you a little bit sad. Yeah, it would. But are we really gonna pretend like Colleen's sadness is more important than those she affected, betrayed, and made greatly uncomfortable? It seems like her sadness is coming from the place of how it affected her, not how she feels bad that she hurt other people.
Please criticize me, bring out the daggers made from your perfect past, and stab me repeatedly in my bony little back.
Her focus on how much she was struggling during this break obviously paints her as a victim and undermines the people involved who were hurt because of her. And her original supporters have not left. Which is upsetting because I feel like this wouldn't be the case if Colleen fit the typical profile of a creep that the internet is used to. I think she possesses a variety of traits that sadly make it really hard for people to take her actions seriously. Number one, she's a mother. She has kids, and because society tends to see mothers as nurturing, caring, and protective, to some people, it's going to make this way easier to slot her into the category of trustworthy instead of creepy. For some reason, in the current state of society, boys are not taken as seriously when an older woman is acting creepy to them. There seems to be a stupid social stigma that it does not matter as much as if it were an older man and a girl. It's appalling, because it's obviously really harmful, and people should be held to the same standard on how negatively impactful their actions can be. Some people will see her as a mother and immediately start applying those motherly, loving, protective traits to her instead of looking at her as an individual. And number two, she looks very ordinary. While the actions she's committed are very disturbing, on the outside, it's not like she's like this little creepy cave creature lurking in the shadows, you know? She looks very normal. And it can be hard for people to wrap their head around the severity of what she's done, because unfortunately, a lot of people do make decisions with outward appearances in mind. And because of how put together she looks, I'm sure that's helped convey to her audience that she's a more trustworthy, responsible person, and the long list of things she's done is actually not that serious. Now, it's hard to say what the future of her career looks like, but I will say her career is not over like most people thought. And generally, the media right now is glossing over her previous actions and making it all about the ukulele. Like most articles you see are about the response video and not about the actions she's committed, which is bad because it takes the tone away from her serious actions and into something that's just sillier. Because the ukulele itself, in isolation, is an act of cringe. And since everybody is a little bit cringy at times, it's more forgivable. Being cringe is something people can forgive. However, the actions that preceded the ukulele were in a whole new territory altogether, harmful and not something everyone just does. So to make it about the ukulele instead of the other things that transpired is gross, but it shows the attitude shift that is currently occurring. The seriousness is being glossed over and people are instead choosing to focus on her being awkward or weird. With everything that we've said, at this rate it seems she'll maintain her audience, and she might even grow it a bit. So after not just one, but multiple instances of inappropriate behavior with young individuals, she's going to walk this off. YouTube's biggest creep really got away with it. I really don't know how to end this video because just the nature of the situation we've covered disturbs me a lot, but if you have any topics you want me to cover, feel free to suggest them down below so I can check them out. If you want to see more from me, feel free to stick around on the channel. I also have social media and a second channel you can check out if you're interested. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.